Okay, today got this boy again. I'm just gonna take it out. Tired of waiting on it. So let's see if I can fit it back in the original little tiny thing that it came in. I think it might be cool. So let's see how it is. I found a new way to hold my camera, so we'll see how it works. I don't know. Yeah, let's see how this goes. Who knows? All right. Here's what we got. Looks like a bit of a mess. So let's put it up here. Come on, looks good. Okay. Wow. Hopefully it's a good sign. So take some time to see what we can get out of this. Let's see what I can use. Hopefully won't make too much of a mess because my wife already gets pissed off at me every time you come out here for covering the whole patio with dirt and shit. So try to catch some of it if I can. Got some pretty crazy cool roots coming out now. Way up there. A whole bunch of them. There's this one shooting straight out. I'm just gonna leave it. I don't care. All around the back too. Pretty neat. There's some mighty thick ones in here too. There's a thick one over there. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That's really cool. So I'm gonna wash it really quick, and then we can inspect her a bit more. Already made the biggest mess I've ever made, so oh well. There we go. Look at that, crazy, 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 crazy. This side's crazy, going wild, isn't it? The rest of it looks kind of fine. Got a little bit grown back here, and a few ones going on here. I know I'm being a bit rough with it, but these things grow roots so crazy fast that I don't really care if I break a few. I'm trying not to break any of my aerial roots or anything. You don't like them, they're pretty fun. There we go. I'm gonna do a big chop off the top too later on. Let's see. I'm not left-handed, okay. There we go. Just a little bit of a snip. Let's see how it's looking. Don't know how that's gonna happen. Okay. Huh. I mean, wedge it down in there. It does fit. About like that. Looks pretty neat. You know, I'm gonna do it. Whatever. It's my tree. Do whatever I want with it, right? I think it'll look pretty cool. It'll make it look a bit more mature than it really is, at least underneath. Fill all in the middle. Just cram in a bunch of dirt down there. Let's see how that goes. Sorry, it's a bit shaky. The table's not exactly the most secure thing in the world. Okay, and I'll be back. I have a cool idea for covering up a bit better. I think will help it look pretty nice too. So give me a sec. All right, here's what I got. Big moss carpet. This, I just found this growing out back. I've been using it a lot on most of my trees. It's nothing as nice and cute and clean as the moss a lot of other people use, but it grows behind here. I'm literally right in front of the swamp. If I can't find something there to use, what's the reason to be here? So I'll just make use of what I have. Turn you around a little bit better. Yeah. And then hopefully this will help keep these cool ones alive a bit better too. And honestly, some of my trees that I collected are planted basically exclusively wrapped in this moss. I just wrapped it around the roots, made kind of like a moss ball, and just threw it in a pot. And I believe I did that to some of the citrus that I got, and I mean, they look great. I gave some of them to my brother, so I don't have as many to look at anymore, but I got 2 of them still. So Kind of hard to argue with it if it worked. I might even moss the whole way up here because it might help get some more aerial roots coming out maybe. I think it might be a cool idea at the least. Now I don't think this moss does good with sunlight, so it's probably gonna end up browning up, but it'll at least help for its intended purpose, even if it dies back after a while. Fully get it all around there. It looks very cramped in here, doesn't it? It looks very, very cramped up. Now I found some little empty spots. Okay, this might be the best this moss has really ever looked too. There's definitely weeds and stuff in it. I'll have to slowly pull out, but it looks tropical if you ask me. This looks pretty cool. Alright. Okay. Oh, I still have that long one up here if you can see it. Let's try to at least tuck it under the moss. No. Broke. Okay. Well, it was worth trying. Now is the hard part, though. To see what the hell can we do up here. Okay. Let's get this out of the way. Keeping that. Look pretty cool. Okay. Take a sip. Sip me Celsius. All right. So now let's see. This one's so long and growing so long and quick. It's can't even support itself, so I'm gonna have to cut it back pretty hard. I might just knock all of them back almost all the way. So let's see. I'm just gonna go just about as extreme as I can. Because it's so long and straight. There's a bunch of branches here, so this might be a good spot. I could go, this is a good back kind of branch. All of these are kind of growing in weird directions. Just get a little bit of reverse taper there. But there's looks like a root getting ready to grow out of that point though. For now I might just take it here, just to see. Keeping all of these, because my old, like this microcarpa that I had, was literally just one of these branches that I grew into a pretty cool tree on its own. Cut these back actually way more than that. Okay. I'll do that, leave some little stubs just to see how it works. I'm just throwing these in the water bucket. Okay, now over here, let's see. Maybe from now to here. Oh, actually, that's a better point. Yeah. Cut this back. Yeah. This one's not very strong, just gonna cut a little bit. This one there. There's a whole mess of branches right here. I'm taking off this lower one. Yeah. This one in the back is still pretty weak. I might just let it go. And then this one here, I'll cut back to there. Looks like a totally different tree already. Throw all these down there. I'm trying to just keep the end wet, so just tossing them down in there. I'm likely gonna make just a pot full of cuttings when I finish here. Whole bunch of them. And from my experience, most of them will do okay. So let's see how that looks. I'm gonna leave it just about like that. I'm gonna water it a little bit, but yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Got this little branch down here. It'll look pretty nice. Some other weird little branches in there, but it'd be pretty cool. This is still just kind of an experiment, so I think it's pretty neat. I think it'll end up looking pretty cool and unique, because every time I've bought these in the past, I've always just cut the branches off the top, thrown the roots away, and just started over. And I mean, they end up looking pretty cool that way. You're just growing a normal ficus, but I'm trying to keep that big, huge mess at the bottom, the big roots, because I mean, it can be cool. You just need kind of more of it, I guess, which is why I'm trying to get more of those aerial roots coming down, because I think if it was more layered up, like if some of these smaller ones can kind of blend in more with those big, huge ones down there, it'll make it look like a big, mighty trunk instead of just a lumpy potato mess. So then I can get a short and wide canopy on it, because I don't know if you've ever seen them pictures of the big banyan ficus, but that's kind of how they look. They're kind of squatted, really dense in the middle. The canopy kind of sprawls out a little bit over your head, and I think some aerial roots coming off the branches and stuff out like that. But the actual base of it is kind of short and sprawling. I mean, by short, I mean definitely over your head, like whatever, but compared to a big, huge, tall tree, it's a bit more like the canopy starts lower down. So that's the idea I have, at least. I don't know. I'm leaving for a month next week or so I'm trying to get some projects done, some different stuff, so when I come back I can see a bit more progress. My wife is hopefully going to remember to water some of these trees, so we'll see how that works. I'm just gonna make sure I call her about every day, because I'm going to be gone for a while and I don't want to come home to everything being dead, especially after this has been basically a year-long project already. So yeah, I don't really want to just ruin it all at that point. So before I ramble too much, I'm going to go ahead and set up the pot for all those cuttings to get that done. This is all I did. It's the same pot that the big tree was in before. Put the soil back in there and just stuck as many of them down in it as I could. There's probably 20 or so that stuck in there. I'll even put a few of them in there like this. Some of the leaves I just threw in there. Probably gonna die, but I don't care. If I get 2 or 3 trees out of this, that'll be crazy. I've already gotten 3 cuttings to grow off of it already. Instead of going over there. And then there's the Benzamina cutting. They just don't seem to grow as good as the microcarpet of me. Yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, here's this. I think it's cool. Here's the final product here. I feel like I need to take it way shorter, really. I might do that. It's just there's a little bud in there. I'm hoping that that will grow into an aerial root, but I think I gotta cut it down shorter. I might take it down to here, and man, I don't know over here. Maybe just down to here. Let me do that real quick. Hopefully that looks better and I didn't just ruin the whole thing, but now I got some bad cut points though. I'm not gonna worry about it, don't care that much. I mean, the big huge one's almost covered up, so it'll be okay. Won't even notice in a month, so. And then the big cuttings, they're big, thick ones. It looks awesome, so that should do wonderful. Now let's do a quick little walk around. Some of the cool stuff. The bald cypress, the big tall one I got just a few weeks ago, looks crazy cool. Looks lovely. Even the little tiny one I've had for like a year finally looks cute. Cute little guy. Some of the pines, that was looking good. The native one right here, it's not doing too much, but it's alive. The one I was letting grow big and tall, I'm still letting it grow big and tall. Put it in a bigger pot. We'll see how it is. Desert rose still alive. This, the top that I wanted and the bottom that I needed, both died. So I'm gonna have to totally redo that, but what do you do? Who cares? It's such a mess anyway. Who cares? Everything over here is looking good. Need to do some weeding. Flora looking cool. Little jade cuttings looking all right. They're finally coming up good. Look nice. This one, this poor little guy. So, don't think it's gonna make it. This is one of the Japanese black pine I bought. I don't know if I did too much work on it. I think I gave it too much fertilizer because I was trying to be a little bit more aggressive with it. The other ones were doing really good. So I thought, hey, I'll just give this one a little bit more too. And it didn't do good. I think I might have burned it up. But what are you gonna do? I still have two. That's kind of why I bought them. I wanted to experiment with them, so we'll see how that works. But it's getting hot as shit out here, so I'm probably gonna call this quits. But yeah, hopefully this will look cool later on. Down there it looks alright. It looks really weird, but oh well. Thanks.